You already know what it is. Real Housewives of New Jersey came on last night, and so baby, we have to rewind about it all. We have in the waiting room none other than Jessica, the Real Housewife historian. Baby, I already know she is getting ready to bless us with all the New Jersey tea. So let's stop talking about it. Let her into the waiting room, and let's rewind. This is the Real Housewives Rewind, and I'm El Mirasaki. So I told you guys that I had in the waiting room none other than Jessica, the housewife historian. So baby, just hold on to your wigs because we getting ready to jump in and mention it all. We are going to start with, is Melissa's beach house really Melissa's beach house because her name is on the mortgage, or is it hers because she rents it real well? What do you think?
I think she's renting it because Wilkie did a deep dive into like what they owe on that house. They took like another loan, like hundreds of thousands of dollars to do remodels, and then they briefly put it on the market and then took it off. And nothing in the house is like personal. There's no photos, nobody. It's just very plain Jane. Did you feel like, I think you said that?
It felt a little Airbnb-ish. Now, normally I wouldn't care. Like, I'm the housewife commentator and Bravo creator where I'm like, I want to talk about what you tell me on the show and what you tell me on your Instagram. Like, if it's anything past that, I'm normally not deep diving because, like, stay out of my finances, you know? But when you tell me things and then what I see with my eyes contradicts what you told me with my mouth, it kind of makes me like, well, what y'all got going on over there? And word on the curb, some of which I got from you when I was in your live the other day, is that the well has run dry and they are, like, in the words of Candace, panhandling their show ideas around. Like, they're trying to do anything because they made the biggest mistake in the world of not going to Teresa's wedding. And now allegedly Teresa doesn't want to film with them. And if Teresa's not filming with you, we already know they're not interested in filming if Teresa's not involved. So like, where do you see this going? How do you think this is all going to land for them?
I don't know. It's either going to be her last season or she will divorce him for a storyline. I hate to say that, but I think she would sell her soul to stay on the Real Housewives. And if they like cut the cord, I think she would do anything. That would be her only option, I think.
If Melissa Gorga leaves Joey Gorga for a storyline, you can find me under the table, girl. Like, just what? It ain't never that deep.
There's a lot of, things that, like, the rumors around New Jersey about a young, Joe Gorgas, and there are things that maybe could damage his reputation. And I don't think Melissa would want to be a part of that. And I think she would turn on him and, i.e. a storyline as well. I mean,
that would, oh my God, because then it's like, where does Melissa and Teresa go after that? Because the whole 13 years has been predicated on this drama that they had because she was the child. I'm not even ready to process that. Speaking of rumors in New Jersey, okay, we've got Laura, the invisible friend of on this season of Jersey, who keeps coming to these girls, really Jennifer Aydin, and she has told some tea to Jennifer Aydin. Jennifer Aydin has dropped it, and Marge really has her panties in a bunch. And I said this, I've been saying this, the only tea that I care about is why Laura and Margaret fell out. Because I'm pretty sure if you had a best friend for 15 years, nobody could pay you for her dirty laundry. Like, so the fact that you're willing to spill it makes me like, what happened?
I think that Laura Lee Jensen told on a podcast that she was interviewing for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. She had the first interview. Marge was like kind of happy for her, but not really. And then she got a second interview and Marge did not sound happy for her. And then she didn't invite her for Christmas, and they had spent Christmases together for the last 25 years. And so she felt like that was a real, like, we're done. We're like, this is it. So that's when she reached out.
It's given very much Mia and Jacqueline. Like, I want you to win, but not more than me. And I feel like that's the case because Well, first of all, hit dogs holler. And if you're this upset with somebody saying, oh, I heard you had an arsenal of stuff, that makes me feel like you do have an arsenal. And now you're just mad because your hand was shown. You know what I mean? Like to be leaning in. And it was Teresa's fourth wall moment of it all. She was like, I'm sorry, are you trying to start a problem here? And then immediately just looks at the camera like, because what is this actually? If you cross any one of us, it's going to be a problem. So why is it a problem that I say that it would be a problem if you cross her? Granted, Teresa was Teresa was trying to be petty. We're not gonna act like that wasn't happening.
She was trying to teach them. She was like, do your homework, take mother effing notes. Like, we're OGs. Like, you're working with the best of the best. Take notes. She gave them great advice. I think Rachel was offended by it.
She gave amazing advice. And then more than she gave amazing advice, her protege, Danielle. To me, Danielle walking out at the end and not paying them dust, not really causing a scene. You know, normally, right, when the housewives walk out, they have to tell 4 or 5 different people why they're walking out. And no, because then I was just telling the girls I'm leaving because like it's a whole thing. She told one person, was like, listen, I'm not built like that. And what I'm going to do is go home. And she got on that bus and it's like, did you really eat if all the food is still on the plate?
I mean, did producers tell her not to approach them? Like, I couldn't understand why she like made her way to the other side of the pool and then had her husband over there. It was just them two sitting there. It was weird.
It was weird, but I felt like that was I'm not giving you your TV hours, friend of.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of doing this with you. That's what I thought.
Great point.
Before I let you leave, we have this segment here called Scrolling Down the Timeline, and in fitting with today's, allegedly, the housewives aren't even supposed to be doing any podcasts, doing any press, but Marge is on a world tour because she's scared of whatever Laura is going to tell us. And she did Up and Adam Live, wherein Up and Adam alluded to the real Andy of Beverly Hills being a low-level podcaster who's been featured on CNN.
But I mean, she's been doing all of these like interviews with random podcasters and YouTubers. How do you feel about that? Because it seems like she's trying to bury you.
She is. And I think it's kind of fun.
Like, did you see the live? Give us your like 60-second take.
I mean, I think Marge was the one that said low life, but I'm not sure. And, you know, Martinez and Eddie also interviewed Laura Lee Jensen. And there's several other podcasts that interviewed her. So, like, super, like, now you're bashing people that smoke marijuana. They're drug addicts, right? Like, that's a whole class of, like, offensiveness all on its own. I personally think, like,
no, me personally too. Like, girl, chill out. And stop trying to out her drug usage on camera when she so clearly doesn't smoke on camera. Jennifer Aiden never smokes on camera. For you to constantly be bringing up her off-camera antics is like, it's gross, and we see you. We've got about 60 seconds left on the clock before we officially let you go and wrap it up for the night. Please give us your fire, keep, demote Jersey cast.
I would say fire Margaret. I would keep Rachel Fuda because she's kind of maybe like gonna be like the mediator. Fire demote or fire. What'd you say?
Fire demote keep.
Okay, and keep Teresa. Hello.
I love that lineup.
Podcast shirt on.
Yes, I was about to say you have to show the people this shirt. Yes, I love your fire keep demote. Please come back at the end of the season after we do the reunion, and we'll see if your fire keep demote sticks.
Yes, would love to. Thank you so much for having me on. You're amazing.
Of course, let everybody know where they can find you.
Sure, I'm on Instagram at HW Historian, YouTube, The House of Historian, Twitter, TikTok, and then I have a new podcast. Housewives and Headlines. So check it out.
Yes, we will check it out. I look forward to listening. You guys, thank you for being here and rewinding just a little bit. There was so much that was happening in this episode. We couldn't unpack it all, but you could have been anywhere on the internet. You were here with us, and that is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I'm El Murasaki, and this has been The Real Housewives Rewind.